morning viewers, how are you? I hope you are safe and at your home. Okay. So today we are going to study the class 10th mathematics chapter 7. Okay. Chapter 7 and the topic is your section formula. Coordinate geometry 7 chapter and the topic is your section formula. We are going to study the section formula. I have taken the figure of the textbook so that you can compare the two and understand better. Now you can see children, here you have been given the 2 points A and B. The point coordinate A is x1 y1 and B point coordinate is x2 y2. And you have to identify the point P, that is the coordinates of point P, whose coordinate you don't know, which divide the given line segment AB in M1 and M2. Remember this thing children, this 2 points A and B you have been given. You have to calculate or find the coordinate of P which divide the given line segment AB in M1 and M2 ratio. I hope now you have understood this topic. That means section formula, which this point divide the whole line segment into two sections. Okay. So now that's why it is called section formula. So already you know this one is given point x1 y1. This point is your x2 y2 B point, and this point P is xy. So first we will start with the 9th class. So you can see children x1 y1. This is the, if you want to move up to point A, so you can move x1 and then y1. That is abscissa ordinate. Okay children. Similarly, if you move, this length is x2 and this length is y2. So this you can see y2. This length is your x2. Can you see children? Now this point P. So you will move this x and this y. Xy is variable whose this coordinate you don't know. So what will you do children? So we have just drawn this line perpendicular from A to this. You can see this line. Okay. So give it name some. This point is your D. So on this line you draw the perpendicular, and from just this point P you draw the perpendicular on this line segment. So you can see this point of intersection is C and this is Q. So now you have to identify the value first. Can you see children? This length, whole length is x2, y2. So this length is x2 and this length is x. This length is x, this length is x2. So if you have to calculate this length children, you consider this as DE. We have to calculate DE. So can you see x2 minus x. So this length is your children x2 minus x. Similarly, this whole length is x and this length is your x1. So this length will be what children? Your x minus x1. Again understand this thing. This length is x and this length is x1. Okay children. So this length will be x minus x1. Now move on this part. You can see children, this is the y2. That is the y2 length and this is your y. So this length will be your y2 minus y. Similarly, if you move this point to this one and this length, that is the ordinate part, that is your, can you see children, y. And if you move this one, this is the y1. So this length will be what? This will be your y minus y1. This length will be y2 minus y. Okay children. So now you can consider the two triangles PQA and triangle BCP. So we are trying triangle BCQ, BCP and triangle, you can see children, PQA. You can see children, these two triangles are similar. You have studied this thing in class 10. This angle is 90 degree. Can you see? These two are horizontal line and these two are vertical line. So these two angles are 90 degree and these two angles are corresponding angle Y. These two, you can see children, these three lines are parallel lines and this is the transversal. So these two angles are equal. So you can see these two angles are equal, these two angles are equal. So these two triangles are similar by AA criteria. So now you can apply the criteria of similarity. That is what children? So you can see this length PB and this is your PA. Okay children. So now you can see in this triangle, we have considered this triangle first. So this length is your CP and this length is your QA. And this length is your children BC. And you can see children corresponding this perpendicular to this length, you will get PQ. Now put the value PB. What you can see PB? M2. This part is your M1. Remember this thing, this is not the length, this is the ratio. Can you see children? This is the ratio and this is the length. So ratio of length is also equal to ratios of the sides. Okay children. So now you can see CP. You can see children, this is CP, x2 minus x upon x minus x1. And you can see children BC, this length is your y2 minus y and y minus y1. Okay children. Now we will take this one and this is two different cases. Okay. Can you see children? M2 upon M1 is equal to x2 minus x upon x minus x1. So now just cross multiply. What you will get children? You will get M2 x minus x1 is equal to M1 x2 minus x. Okay children. So you have cross multiplied. Let's open the bracket. M2x minus M2 x1 is equal to M1 x2s M1x. Now what next? Why we are doing such process? Because we have to calculate this value x, because you can see children, this is the unknown quantity. So we have to find the value of x here. So can you see this and this? So this minus term this side and this term known quantity this side. So what will get children? M2x plus M1 x is equal to M1 x2 plus M2 x1. So x you take it common, you will get M1 plus M2 is equal to M1 x2 plus M2 x1. So just shift this one, you will get value of x as M1 x2 plus M2 x1 upon M1 plus M2. Okay children. Similarly, when you consider this part and this part, what will get children? M2 upon M1 is equal to y2 minus y upon y minus y1. Just cross multiply and similarly you will get value of y. That's the ordinate part. So ordinate part of this point P is, you will get in the same fashion M1 y2 plus M2 y1 upon M1 plus M2. Okay children. So you can see you are getting the coordinate of this point P in terms of ratio and coordinates of A and B. Okay.